The big 4-0, huh? Cool. You know, my biggest problem about turning 40, like, I thought maybe I'd feel a little different. Maybe my back would hurt worse, or maybe I'd feel a little different. My stomach hurts, but that's nothing new. But my damn teeth will not stay in. I use this stuff called denture Surefit, and I put it in here. I call it like the ditch, like the ditch of your dentures. Like, I just fill it in with like this silicone stuff, and you slap them in there, hold pressure on them. They just don't want to stay in today. It's driving me crazy. I have days like that where they just don't want to stick, and I suppose that's why I don't like to wear them all the time. They drive me freaking crazy. They drive me crazy. But for turning 40, I sure feel pretty good. My back doesn't hurt. No worse than it did 10 years ago. Actually, might be better than it did 10 years ago. I got some joint pains and stuff, which Valerie thinks maybe I need to go get tested for Lyme's again, but because I'm always being bit by ticks, so I don't know. Maybe I need to go do that again. I've been wanting to go get tested or checked. I could see my doctor in, I don't know, a couple weeks for like a yearly visit or some shit like that. I'm going to talk to him about it then. But yeah, overall not too bad. My blood pressure's, I take a very, very low dose blood pressure medicine, and I don't necessarily take it every day. I don't really have, my blood pressure is kind of like I take it for management reasons. Like, if I get out here on the road and I get all stressed out and geek the fuck out, then like my blood pressure gets high. Kind of keeps me from blowing over the top and having a heart attack, basically. But 98% of the time, I don't need it. Like, I'm a pretty chill, mellow, laid back kind of person, so like I don't really have high blood pressure issues. The only time I seem to really get like stressed out or something is like I mean, I have my issues, don't get me wrong. Down me for you. Like, I got my own issues, but you know, being like on the line shooting archery, you know, definitely gets to me. And there's other things, you know. As soon as I get a text message from my ex-wife, my blood pressure skyrockets, you know. I'm like, fuck, now what? What's wrong? And that's just what happens, you know. Like, from my boy, whenever Gavin sends me a message, I'm like, oh God, what's wrong? Hopefully everything's okay. Like, that's the first thing, like my panic. I go into, I guess that's my anxiety. I go automatically into panic mode when I'm like, what's that? Oh my God, I hope everything's okay. And I don't, there ain't nothing I can do about that. That's just how I am. I don't know how to change that. But my anxiety issues have gotten a lot better. My depression issues have gotten better. Like, I felt pretty good going into 40. Like, I'm down some weight. Like, I jumped all the way back up to 280. Before I left the house, I was down to 272. And probably not now, because I ate a good bit yesterday. Or not yesterday. Monday. Yeah, yesterday. I ate a good bit yesterday. I'm an idiot sometimes. But, yeah, I actually felt pretty good going into 40. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I got a whole bunch of them a couple days early. That was cool, but I was like, it ain't my birthday. It was surprising me. It was funny. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody who do, and, you know, if you leave one on here, I'm sure I'll get plenty of people tell me happy birthday, but I just, you know, thank you guys. Truly, I appreciate it. There's always that one or two people you hope to hear from on your birthday, and you're like, I wonder if I'll hear from them. And when you do hear from them, it usually makes your day. And when you don't hear from them, you're like, yeah, I heard happy birthday from 10 million people, but there's still that one or two person that I'd love to heard it from, but that's okay. It's alright one way or another. Like, I would give anything to talk to a few people, like my gram and stuff. Like, don't want to get emotional. It is what it is. You know, death is all part of life. That's, you know, there's no getting around that. And the older you get, the closer you get to it. So, yeah, there's that. Here's to, so cheers. Here's to another day, another time, another trip around the old sun, right? Is that what we did? Trip around the sun? Am I saying that right? I don't know. They made a comment that I say that right. trip around the sun. Yeah, it takes a year to go around, right? I think so. I don't know. Science and shit. Yeah. Here's the one more. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll into 41. Older and wiser. I used to always say to Anthony, you know, what the hell did I say to him? Don't be an old fool, or an old fool wants to. I can't remember how I used to say it, but you know, I like to think that I had a lot to do with Anthony being a pretty good guy today. So hopefully, I can help do the same with my boy. My boy's a pretty good boy. Gavin's a good dude. He has his issues just like everybody else does, you know, but he's a hell of a worker. He has a heart the size of freaking my truck is, so gotta keep it steering in the right direction. Anyhow, yeah. Just hope to spend more time with family as the years go on. That's all you can hope for, right? Is that like all you can really hope for? And you always want the best for everybody. Like, you know, I always pray for people. You know, pray for your family and everything. Like, I'm not the most religious person, but I always say I'm kind of like spiritual. Like, I would like to kind of get back into going to church and stuff, but like, it's not something that I feel is like a necessity. Like, I have to do it. But yet, I would like to get back into it. It's, I don't know. I know it's something that my grandmother would have loved, and I wouldn't mind doing it just for her, honestly. Anyhow, peace and love, everybody. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me, you old wrinkly bald fucker. Doo-doo. What's wrong with you? Alright, everybody. Hope everybody's having a great week. Yeah. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. It's fucking beautiful. Thank God it's May. Like, can we just like sit back and like say a prayer? Like, thank you, Jesus, that it's May. Thank you for the decent weather. Thank you. Thank you, Mother Nature, for taking your bipolar meds, taking your, what do they give people for bipolar? Like naproxen or some shit like that? Or, nah, that's fucking a leave. Whatever it is. Whatever they take for bipolar disorder. Thank you for taking your fucking meds. Shut up, Mike. Alright, everybody. Peace and love. Here's the 40.